Hello, friend.
Hello.
We're on a new day. A new day. It's been a
There's
minute
no
since we
rules.
did the Wednesdays.
We're gonna have to come up with
Didn't
like an official day for the season for some more consistency. Because right now there's no rules.
We're still off season mode. It'll be Wednesday or
next
Thursday.
next week
Thursday
we
is
gotta
nice.
do. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Thursday is nice because Thursday night football and we can preview that. But at the same time, it'd be
Right.
nice to get it out to you Wednesday so you can listen to it Thursday morning. So we'll figure that out.
Next week we gotta do Wednesday because Thursday I'm gonna be at the Hall of Fame game.
That's what's up. So happy for you, man, and so happy for football.
It's so funny because I already have seen a handful of Jags fans on Twitter talk about how like they might not even go to the game and like they're only just going for the ceremony itself. And I'm like, I get that, but like I paid. Now, some people are only
Like
paying
Larry
for
won't
the
play.
right. No, not at all. Some people are paying for just the enshrinement ceremony, and cool, whatever. But I was like, you know what? Like, this is the first Jaguar getting in the Hall of Fame ever. I can drive there. Like, I think it's 4.5 for me. Like, not bad. Whatever. This is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like,
Fred Taylor should be in the Hall of Fame. Just
easy. When I see third party people acknowledge Freddie's greatness, it makes me happy. He's like 11th on all time.
It's like it's like literally the stupidest thing ever. How he's not in there.
And there's like
he was a stud.
Multiple people behind him in whatever. Yeah. Anyways,
continue.
I'm just super pumped.
Overlooked for a long time too. He absolutely deserves it.
Yeah, I'm just super pumped. The game, I'm just excited to be at the atmosphere. And just soak it in, man. Saturday, the enshrinement. I don't know. It's gonna be so cool. I can't wait for when Tony Baselli is up there and he's gonna give a Duval, and we're all gonna give it back, and it's gonna be so fucking cool. I can't wait,
man. I'm happy
let's
for
get
you.
to it.
So we're the guys in Room 619, presenting Leftovers podcast. We talk sports, mostly fantasy football, leaning towards Dynasty and DFS. That's our true passion. Looking forward to some DFS talk soon. Hopefully,
we'll lump in betting with DFS. I think that's the same category for us.
I would agree. But we're off season modes right now. We're previewing divisions a little bit differently than I think most people do. Just kind of going for some categories or superlatives, and let's get going, man. I'm ready to go.
Same.
All right. So, AFC South this week. So we start with the highest finisher at the position that was surprise. So someone that's going too low in drafts that I think will outproduce that ADP. I have two for this category because really my next category is a weak one. So my number one choice is Robert Woods. He's going wide receiver.
I like
40,
that one.
Wide receiver 49. You're gonna tell me bro is a wide receiver 5?
He's going behind Burks, isn't he?
Yeah, that's criminal. Not by a ton, but he is.
He shouldn't.
He's going 907, so very late in the draft. So you're talking like a bench player, and he should easily be a wide receiver 1. I mean, wide receiver 1 on his team is what I mean to say.
Right.
He's been a wide receiver 14 or better the 3 previous years before last year when he was hurt. And I think he's got top 30 upside easy.
I like that call, man. He got out of that situation in LA. That was, well, first of all, situation in LA busted him onto the scene, but then he got out at the perfect time because now
I think so.
He's getting paid somewhere else and he's going to get his chance to, have some more attention. Yeah, right. And good for him. So I think it's a great call. This is a team clearly knows how to get it done. I think I don't even know who their new OC is, but I think Vrabel still gets credit for putting a game plan together, and great in-game
adjustments.
Right, like in play calling by them too, usually on offense.
Yeah, I feel like they maximize their talent, which is a sign of good coaching.
Right.
We'll talk about this later, but there's a lot of opportunity to catch passes in that offense with AJB gone. I think it's wide open. So I think that's a good call. My other 1B would be Christian Kirk. The only reason I didn't pick him is he's going wide receiver 40, 7th round, 10th pick. I think that's still good value, but I don't think if he finished wide receiver 37, I think that's still a pretty good finish for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whereas I think Bobby Trees could be if he's being drafted at wide receiver 49. I think if he's wide receiver 35 or something like that, that's a much better
jump.
Right. But same thing. He should be the clear wide receiver 1 on his team. They paid him. They're going to use him. Larry was I think he was second in pass attempts last year.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Brady was 1, and I'm pretty sure he was 2. He was among the tops, right? I anticipate a similar kind of offense as far as them being behind, them needing to pass. I think he's become it's weird to say a 25-year-old player is the veteran, but he's
right.
He's going to be their guy.
It's the exact same thing I said last year about Marvin Jones.
Except this guy's in his prime.
Right. I had a lot of strong convictions last season about how Lawrence would really lean on Marvin, and he did. A lot of people were hyping up Chark and Laviska last year, and Laviska, obviously, I really liked him last year too, but even...
You weren't alone.
Totally. But as much as I liked him, I still always thought Marvin was going to be the guy, because just that veteran presence for a young quarterback. And Lawrence has already talked about how QB friendly Kirk is, finding zone spots and just being right where he needs him and blah, 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 blah. But whatever, it's insane to me that his number 1 target is going this low.
I agree.
It's not even Brandon Cooks is, and deservedly, but he's in a very similar situation. The best receiver on a not good offense.
We'll talk about him in a minute.
But I don't know. Yeah, I think Kirk is going just crazy late.
Yeah, I think his ADP is rising. And so I think both guys will definitely be top 36 and could push for top 30 wide receivers. And so they're really good values because at least in my best ball drafts this year, the new trend is just goddamn loading up on wide receivers early. And they are running out fast. And not that you won't still get good guys, but we're talking Hollywood Brown is going as people's wide receiver 3 on their team. You know what I mean? It's just they're piling up early, and they're I'll settle with the running backs later. So that's definitely been a trend I'm noticing.
No, you're totally right.
And so the reason why I picked 2 for this is 1, because I really like the 2, and my next category is the lowest finisher that was surprised. So someone that's being drafted very high that I think might not return that value. And it's someone that people love. Our Menchies will be full by our flocks of fans. And it's Michael Pittman.
Dude,
he's good. He's good.
I was straight up going to interrupt you and say Michael Pittman, but I thought that was going to be too hot takey.
What he's going wide receiver? What do you think he's going as for me to pick him?
13. That's my guess.
Nailed it.
Whoa!
That was impressive. That's impressive. Well done. I promise we do no prep as far as I surprise him, he'll surprise me later. Anyway, wide receiver 13.
I can't emphasize enough how little time we put into this decision.
He's going round 3, pick 4, so very early. You're talking a primo pick, and don't get me wrong. We both rode Michael Pittman DFS almost every single week last week. He had half his weeks were over 15 points. He's a good wide receiver. 100% believe in him. But here's some guys that are coming after him, immediately after him: Mike Williams, Josh Allen, Connor, Etienne, Pitts, DJ Moore, Hollywood, Sutton. I like all those guys over at least as much as Pittman, if not more.
Same.
It's a QB downgrade. I don't care. I know everyone likes to hype up Matt Ryan, but Wentz was 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and he doesn't give a fuck. He'll just throw it. You know what I mean? Like he's YOLO. He's like, if I can fit that throw. You know what I'm saying? Like he has that Jameis sense where he's like, I got this. Like,
Here's
get on my
another
back.
one. I would love to find out the number of like extended plays Wentz made for them.
And see, that was another thing. Like he can roll out, he can make things happen. Matt Ryan cannot move. Cement shoes, right?
Shoes.
He's not going anywhere. And we'll
Like,
talk a little bit why I think Michael Pittman might not get the same kind of volume he got last year in a little bit as well. But
dude, you are just teaser city tonight. I love it.
But yeah, don't you think? I mean, it's tough to be a wide receiver 1, right? Wide receiver 13 is basically a wide receiver 1. It's really hard to do that.
Agreed. And for me, it's like I've fallen victim to the taking the guy in the, low 2-3 turn that has all the hype, and then you're expecting to take this huge leap, and then they just don't, and you're just like, you're screwed because it's so high. And like if it works, you said, you're talking about multiple dudes behind him who, I mean, not Etienne, but like track record.
Right.
So I think that's, and I 100% still agree, going to be a great player.
And I think like a month, 2 months ago, he was like wide receiver like 17, wide receiver 18. That's probably where he's going. Like that's good value in my opinion. But like, so here are my other choices for this. I can get JT, who's the 101. Like, no, I fully believe in JT. Henry's going like pick 6 or 7 or 8. Like he's going like back into the first. Like that's pretty good for him. You know what I mean? Like he was killing it before he got hurt last year. Etienne's running back 16. I think that's that's probably high end for him. He probably would have been my second choice, but I love Etienne. I wasn't going to do that.
Right.
Cooks is wide receiver 24. We said we'd mention him. That's great value. He's absolutely a wide receiver 2 in my eyes.
I agree.
And that's low end. I mean, that's basically a wide receiver 3. So, and then after that, it goes all the way to Kirk at wide receiver 40. That's the next, because AFC South, there's just not a lot of top end talent.
It's bad offense all around for the most part.
Right. I mean, Indy, Houston, Jacksonville, Tennessee. Like, think about those guys and where they're being picked. Like, there wasn't a lot of top end talent. You know, I mean, you could say Henry if you want to fade him because coming off an injury and older age, or like JT's like it's hard to be the 101. But I mean, in every draft I've been in, JT has gone 101. So
I'd pick McCaffrey this year 101. Yeah,
I could see it. He is very, very interesting. But yeah, so it was less so that I hate Pittman. I think he was the best of my options.
I give you that.
Okay.
And like, I think it's just really important for people to hear that, like, it's not I hate Pittman, or like for example, when I wrote the Kenneth Walker article, like I made sure to write like none of this is a knock on Breece Hall. I think Breece is going to be great, but it shows how great I think Kenneth is, and like people, you just gotta like pay attention and hear what someone's trying to say before you just say, "Oh, you fucking idiot!"
Right, you're bashing Pittman.
Extra, read all about it. Dennis Healy's bashing Michael Pittman here.
I'm gonna tell him it was Zach. Backup RB I would want, and this is part of the reason why I think Pittman takes a little bit of a step back. It's Nyheim Hines. He is RB 45. That is juicy.
Yeah, it is.
Last time he had an old crusty quarterback, he finished RB 15 in full PPR.
Damn.
I mean, he's done it. And that was JT's rookie year, who, remember, Marlon Mack missed like week 1 out. And so JT got fed, and Nyheim Hines still ate. So he's shown it. I think he catches a lot more dump offs with Matt Ryan, who can't move around, who can't extend. Older, immobile quarterbacks dump off way more. See Phil Rivers. See Brady. Big Ben. Thank you. Like he is, and like there's like they're like keep saying like we want to feature him because he is like their separation guy, right? Yeah. He's a good dude. Elite opportunity if JT were to miss a game or two.
Yep.
Has been top, like I said, has been top 20 with JT healthy already, and I think he's a flex option in certain matchups, like in games where it's going to be a high scoring event. I think Nyheim Hines is 100% flex worthy.
Yeah. I think with the way you're seeing the league go, okay, I got two reasons here.
Okay.
One, the way you're seeing the league go, based on just running back usage in general. Two, they've got the worst coach in the league for using Jonathan Taylor. And like it's like there's like a lot of troll factor there, but there's also a lot of merit. There's a lot of merit there. Like I watched the Colts, and it's like when as soon as JT really starts to get rolling, they like go do everything else, and then it's like
they outthink themselves,
right? And then when clearly like he's getting stuffed, like in the Jacksonville game in week 18 or whatever, like they were all over JT's ass, and then they just keep trying. It's like, I don't know, Frank Reich and calling the offense for JT is just like criminal to me. And
yeah,
I think that's a legitimate cause for some concern. It's not like I am not drafting JT because of that, but like I think it feeds perfectly into your point about Hines being
viable.
Right, yeah.
And like I think that what always saves JT is his home run threat. It's because any play he can bust 80 yards on anybody because he's just that dude, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I think it could be a running back year in Indy, and it would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I like Hines a lot. I think he's going to be a good value. I've tried to get him in as many best ball drafts as I could. I got robbed on Scott Fishbowl. Sadly, I couldn't get him. Next one, late best ball pick that I love, and I mentioned this earlier. A lot of freed up targets. I like Austin Hooper a ton.
Okay.
Guess where he's going? Tight end what?
69.
Nailed it. Tight end 24.
Wow.
You're talking basically free. 1601. Right. You know what I mean? Has shown tight end one upside before. He's done it. He's been that dude. Now he's not like, he's not Travis Kelce, or he's not, like Waller or Pitts or like or Kittle that's gonna bust like 80-yard plays or anything like that. But
right.
But he's like that check down guy, and there should be targets, and veteran quarterbacks typically lean on veteran players. I think he catches a lot of targets, and I think he's Walmart brand Zach Ertz.
I like it. Great value, Zach Ertz.
Right. I mean, get him as your tight end 3. Cash.
Right, and he's always been a guy that I've felt like he's just a solid player. Yeah, I mean, he's nothing special, but
not sexy, but he's going late.
And he's also going to get opportunity there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think this is a solid choice.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of options because, like we said, a lot of their players are going late. That's someone I've been targeting because I like getting, like, I've been trying to get, like, a decent, like, top 7 guy, and then I'm going, like, Irv Smith, or I'm going Kamet, or I'm going Gerald Everett kind of in the middle rounds, and then I like Hooper late as kind of like just to round out the room. Last one, favorite dynasty player from this division. I know Zach's is Larry, but I'm guessing your second is my first. And it's Travis motherfucking Etienne, baby.
Hell yeah.
God damn, this dude's going to eat. I'm telling you. So people are finally starting to recognize because his ADP is fucking flying. He was going way after Breece Hall. And Breece Hall is rising, but Etienne has usurped him easily. So he is going pretty early. So if you want him at this point, I don't think he's a value. I think he's like, you're anticipating like borderline RB1 numbers if you're taking them, which is I mean, we're both in that same page from what I understand. I just want to go down just in case you forgot because it's been a minute. All-time ACC points scored. He's the only one in the top 13 who's not a kicker.
I was just about to say, how many in the different conferences aren't kickers? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, only guy in the top 13, and he's number 1, baby.
That's nuts.
Only him and Ron Dane are the only guys to have 13 rushing touchdowns in 4 more seasons. And Ron Dane's an all-time college football player. Number 1 ACC player in rushing yards from scrimmage, and tutties. 77, baby. Like, hit your head on a goalpost, bitch. What? Goddamn, love this guy. His relative athletic score, 91st percentile for running backs. Running backs are typically pretty athletic, just saying.
I'd say, yeah.
Should get all the high value targets. Think Kamara. He's going to get the red zone touches. He's going to get the passing touches. Like, they're going to scheme up ways to get him in space because he's just faster than you. Speechless. That's right. I told you, Travis motherfucking Etienne. I love this guy, man.
That was fantastic.
I bet you're just like 6 to midnight right now.
Whew, man. I'll just go fuck myself.
You need a cigarette.
Yeah. Damn.
All right, it's you now.
All right.
Told you I love this guy.
We're gonna pause on the Etienne love. Mine is obviously Trevor because I'm all in on Trevor's talent. You box score watch and you say this guy wasn't that great last year, and he left a lot to be desired, but he also put a lot on film that a ton of veterans in this league aren't doing. Like, the talent is there, the talent is for real, and it's coming in hot to ass blast this league, and I can't wait.
Sorry, keep going.
Which is, I'm just like so excited because, I mean, one, nobody wanted last year to happen like it did, but at the same time, it also put Trevor in like the back seat a little bit, and I'm just so impressed with his demeanor and like the way he stands at the mic yesterday and says after practice, like, I'm here to prove to these guys in the rest of the league that I belong. And I know I do. And like the way he says it, and just you hear, you're like, damn, like he believes it so hard himself. Like,
why wouldn't he?
God damn, I can't wait to watch this guy.
So historically, there are like, I think like 8 guys in like as far as the top overall ever high school recruits, and Larry's tied for the top. Fields just a little bit behind him, just saying. But then, courtesy of Zach Attack at FF Chalupa Batman, great username.
Fantastic.
Top 5 QBs in NFL for 2021 money throws. Money throws is a pass requiring exceptional skill or athleticism, as well as critical throws executed in clutch moments. So, Kyler Murray, number 1, 45. Tom Brady, number 2, 44. Kirk Cousins.
Sorry, I need to interrupt and say I bet you Kyler learned that on Madden. Go ahead.
More on that later. Teaser police right here. Kirk Cousins, 43. Gotta give him credit, although I credit JJ.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Number 4, Larry with
That's
40.
Nuts.
Aaron Rodgers, 37.
Now, go ahead.
I was gonna say, now, like we said, he did have a lot of passing attempts, but I mean, that's the kind of company you want to be in. And with everything going wrong last year, I think that just says a lot about him.
I've said it before, and I obviously just said it minutes ago. Just him, the person, from the moment he stepped into the building, it's so impressive. He's so genuine. He's crazy. He's just himself.
So he doesn't feel anything, anything to prove. He knows he's that guy, and he's done it at every level. And if you're betting against him, good luck.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because he's a Jaguar too. Like, that's like, oh, pulling a Jaguars. Well,
I mean, and we said the same thing about the Bills before Allen. We said the same thing about KC before Reed got there.
Totally.
All right, man. Get us with your prop bets. Shout out BetUS.
Anyways, over at Yards Per Fantasy, our main man Alex, he's got a nice partnership with BetUS. So I thought I'd dig in, find some prop bets, some season-long prop bets. I wrote an article over there about it. Check it out, yardsperfantasy.com/.net. It's the best.com /.org. Anyways, I pick up a Flarmbus today at the Flea Bop store. I like to check out the lines, right as camp is opening here, because one, I just think if we take what we already know and like combine that with what we, feel comfortable projecting, we can take advantage of some of these lines because, as camp news comes out and let's say, for example, people realize, whoa, shit, Christian Kirk and Trevor Lawrence really got a connection going. Well, you're going to see that line start bumping up. So I like to try and jump on early. So I found 5 that I feel great about. And we're just going to jump on into them. I put five units each on these bad boys. For a season long, I like to put a little more action, to make the season long grind worth the pay.
All right.
First one at plus money odds. This one's for you. We got Cole Kamet at over 3.5 reception touchdowns at plus 110. So I wrote this in the article. When I first saw the line, I honestly had to double take. Like, I was like, wait, what? So my first thought was, boom, Jimmy Graham, gone. So I looked it up. He has, 11 touchdowns over the last 2 years. Behind Mooney, it's going to be Kamet, right? Like, at least down in the red zone. Plus, he had 13 red zone targets last year.
So you can keep going. I got things to say.
The only last thing I wrote in the article is like, I love Fields. Obviously, I'm probably right behind you in Fields love. But the Bears still aren't going to be that great this year, and that's fine. But garbage time, baby. Like, 4 touchdowns wins on plus odds?
That's cash. All right. So for one, he straight up just dropped. Like, he admitted himself he dropped 2 touchdowns last year because he had 0 all of last year. Like, that's not right. 2, I am racking my brain. I know N'Keal Harry is like 6'3", who I don't know if he makes the team or not. I just don't.
Right. You can't trust that.
But like Mooney's, he's not. He's under 6 foot. Pringle might be 6 foot. Velus Jones is 6 foot. Like, Bears don't have a lot of size. Kamet absolutely does. Scheme change to an outside zone. I think the Bears run a lot more 12, or at least, like, I think it's going to be like that bootleg where he could be coming underneath or he could be, dragging across. And like,
right.
I freaking love that bet, especially at plus.
I know. I can't believe it's at plus, and especially at that low.
Yeah, I 100%. That's a great call. And like you said, Bears are probably going to suck. They're going to be bad on defense. They're going to be throwing a lot to catch up. Fields, the only way to go is up, in my opinion. And I honestly feel like the scheme is going to help him a ton.
For me, it was like, what do we know? He's a top tight end. Bears probably won't be that great. What can we project? Well, he had 13 red zone targets last year. Like, seems too easy to me.
I agree. And he barely played in the red zone because Nagy loved Graham. Graham got all the red zone snaps.
Crazy.
That's a good one. I like that.
Number 2, we're going back to Christian Kirk. And we're talking 850.5 yards reception at minus 105. So it's almost even odds. You already talked about how they paid him to be the guy. I've already talked about how I'm expecting Trevor to take a huge leap. Last year, Marvin Jones, 832 yards. So he was 18 yards away from hitting this prop himself. So now we're talking about an upgrade in coaching. We're talking about an upgrade at the position between Marvin Jones to Kirk. And we're talking about a huge expected jump in Lawrence's performance.
I like
to cover 18 yards from what Jones did last year in that shit show, I think this is also easy.
And looking, I knew Kirk was close to 1,000 yards. He had 982 last year.
Right.
No, I like that. That's a good call.
So I think 100%. That's a good one. Number 3, Johann Dawson, over 575.5. That's minus 115. My reasoning here: 600 yards for a rookie, not that big of an expectation. And also on all these bets, we're getting an extra game now. Like 2 years ago, this is a 16 game season, and that comes out to what? I'm gonna do some quick math. I think it's like 65 yards to get 1,000 off of 16. Let's see how much it changes.
680 yards would be 40 a game.
Okay.
17 times 3 is 51. Hashtag math teacher.
Also about 59 yards a game to hit 1,000. Yeah. So anyways,
very reasonable.
Dawson, I picked him here because I really like him as a prospect, and I just didn't get any shares of him. So thanks to betting.
You sniped him in our yards for best ball.
I did definitely just do that today. But thanks to betting, I'm in control. So I'm going to get me a share of Johann Dawson, and this is how I'm doing it. Scary Terry's number one option, obviously. And if anything, he's going to draw the attention. And what does Dawson do best? He runs routes. He's got great yak. And one thing I noticed while watching him in college, wow, this guy's got great catch radius.
That was what I was going to say.
You know what kind of quarterback might that
that catch radius?
I'm stumbling over words here, but long story short, Carson Wentz is not accurate.
Right.
Therefore, I think that catch radius is going to come in handy a few times.
Huge.
So, once again, garbage time, man. They're not going to be good. It's a low total. Home run.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I honestly feel like very, very, very strongly about all 5 of these. Number 4, I went to Mike Evans. We're talking over 1,050 and a half. This one's also minus 115. My guy here, he's gone over 1,000 every year of his 8-year career.
How many people have ever done that to start their year?
Probably
career,
just
years?
Him.
It is just him, because goddamn Randy Moss, the GOAT, only did it 7 times to start his career.
Right. This guy gets no respect.
All he does is catch 100,000 yards.
Every year of his career. 3 of those years, he did not hit 1,050, but once again, gets an extra game. I mean, I know he did last year as well, but still. So first of all, odds are already good here. Second of all, Chris Godwin, going to be battling back. I tweeted about it yesterday. Missed me with that Julio Jones bullshit. I don't think that's going to matter. I think Julio is 100% ring chasing. I watched that man try and play professional football last year, and it was pathetic.
Yeah, he's washed. He's just not healthy. He's never going to be 100%. He might not even be like 85%.
I think this is the perfect situation for him. Give him like a little bit of usage. Give him the best shot for him to try and go get his ring. And I think it's best for both situations. But if you honestly are sitting here and thinking he's going to eat away at Mike Evans' fantasy impact, I think you're fucking nuts.
I agree.
And
I love.
Last thing I wrote, some guy named Tim Brody came out of retirement. So yeah, moving on.
Yeah, I 100%. I love Evans this year. I think he's absolutely a lock for like a top 8 fantasy finish. I don't care about Julio. I don't care about Russell Gage. I don't care about Godwin maybe being ready week 1. I don't think he will be, just based on the time.
No, I don't think so either.
And like, it doesn't matter, because Evans is just Evans. He's a absolute already a Hall of Famer in my book. And I like watch the film on him. He is always open. Plus, he's 6'5".
And all that dude does is catch his touchdowns too.
I mean, I love that he catches. That's not even that much. 1,050.
Right.
No, I love that.
Yeah, I was blown away by that total, because this total was also listed before the Godwin week 1 news broke too. So like, this is before we even found out some more potentially optimistic news about Godwin. Hammer Evans.
I like that play a lot.
Last one. You can call me a Jags homer all you want because it's fucking true. But Travis Etienne, over 1,075.5 rushing plus receiving yards.
Okay. I was going to say, this needs to be scrimmage yards.
Minus 115. This is crazy, man.
1,075?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a half. His foot's good to go, man. James Robinson's looking like his rehab's going better than expected, but I still just don't fully trust it. Behind that, they drafted Snoop. Behind that, it's Raquel Armstead. Like, it's just a room of dudes, and you already hammered home. Here, all right, direct quote from what I wrote. He had one of the most prolific college careers we have seen from a running back, and just because Urban Meyer picked him in the first round and he got hurt, we have completely forgotten about all of that.
Yep.
And so...
who was his college quarterback?
Oh, some guy, beautiful long blonde hair.
Looks like a surfboard?
Yeah. Long giraffe legs.
Did they play like 1 year together?
At least, maybe more.
Like 2? Oh, it was 3 full years together? Wow.
And they won.
I wonder if they have some chemistry.
Yeah, I think they won something too. I'm not sure.
Right. And like, did Etienne come back a senior year just to play another year with him? I could be wrong there.
But yeah, once again, piggybacking off the Trevor's taking the next step leap. There's just I don't know, man. They're going to use him in the air. They're going to use him on the ground.
Yeah, I think he's getting like 400 yards receiving easy.
Right.
I mean, I don't see how he doesn't catch a ton of passes. And like, we're talking about home run threat, man. Like screens and shit. He eats that crap up. Get him. His contact balance is so fucking dope. Oh, I love it.
Before he got hurt last year in the preseason, I'll never forget. They ran a screen to him, and it was like one of those like bailout late screens from the backfield. Only person over there. He's the only person on the goddamn screen who's not an offensive lineman, defensive lineman, or Gardner Minshew. And Minshew sailed it.
God, I remember watching him get hurt. It was week 3 of the preseason, and I was like, God damn it. It killed me.
Dude, I was devastated.
I hope they don't play him at all in the preseason, to be honest.
Same.
I like that. Yeah. Do you want me to rank the 5 and how I like them?
Ooh, yeah, do it. I like that. And hit me.
Kamet, I think, is the best one.
I think so too.
Especially the plus odds is the tiebreaker.
Right.
I like Evans next. Dude's that's what he does. I'm going Etienne after that. I think he's a beast. And then I'm gonna go Kirk, then Dotson, but they're close.
That's literally how I would rank them as well.
I think top tier Evans, Kamet, and then the next tier is Etienne, and then the next tier is Kirk, Dotson. But I do like all 5. I agree.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good one. 100%. I like it.
I'm going to be writing another one.
I like it.
Some team season long win props.
Okay.
So if you want to get in on it, brother.
I will, my friend. All right. So, ready for some blitzball?
Hell yes.
All right. So, we love uni talk. We had that last week. Another common topic that's crazy that we love is mascot talk. I remember in like, I don't know, it was like high school. I remember we were like just like hanging out, like going to bed, and we just went down like a going through baseball divisions, like which mascots are going to win each division if it was like a fight. Like we've always been obsessed with mascots, and so this is a battle royale.
You want to know why? NCAA football mascot games.
So true. The Gators. Anyway, this is a mascot battle royale. So we're going to come up with a team of 3 that we think would be any other mascot team of 3. But we're doing snake draft, and we can't copy. So, instance, if I were to pick the Cardinals, like the Ball State Cardinals, I don't know why I would.
Why?
Zach couldn't pick the St. Louis Cardinals, right? We can't copy mascots. Okay. It was my idea, so I'm calling 101, and I have the 101. it's easy. It's the Seattle Kraken.
Dude, I already knew you were gonna do it, and I've got a counter.
You got a counter? Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, because you'll see I have a theme. The Kraken, like release the Kraken, watch the fuck out. You don't want any kind of water battle with me. I'll crush you.
Yeah, nobody wants to smoke with the Kraken.
No,
for damn
God
sure.
damn it, run away. Not even Captain Jack Sparrow.
Not even Captain Jack Sparrow himself. All right. Well,
all right, hit us with the 102.
Mine. In anticipation of the Kraken.
I can't believe you called me out like that.
I had to do some out of the box thinking. And what is out of the box? It ain't America, that's for damn sure. And it's in Korea. And the Korean Baseball League, and it's the NC Dinos. What do you guys say about that? Yeah, you didn't see that coming, did you?
Wow. Okay. I
think Dinos could take out some Kraken.
So shout out Apple TV. They have Prehistoric, which is like Planet Earth, but for dinosaur times.
Ooh, that's way fun.
Oh, it's super cool, and it's got David Attenborough like narrating. Sir,
like the
David.
Original dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yes.
T-Rexes, excellent swimmers.
Wow, really? Did not know that.
Nope, would have never guessed.
With them teeny arms. Never.
Right, they just kick in the tail. They're basically snaking through, and they use their feet to stay at the surface.
That's
they're
badass.
like quick as shit. Yeah.
Dinos, bitch.
I like it. All right, hit us with the 201.
Number 2. I'm going for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're going small and lethal.
Yeah,
I've already gotten Giant taken care of. Now we need to. You're distracted by dinosaurs.
So full disclosure, I had Toronto Raptors as one of my honorable mentions.
Ooh, snap!
I did have a dinosaur. I did not have Diamondbacks. So good on you.
All right.
You ready for my 202? Because it's gonna be your ass too. The Drexel Dragons, baby. I got dragons.
I almost picked the Dragons from the Chinese basketball league.
I remembered them from the college, from the NCAA tournament when we did it.
Yes.
But yeah, so I got C, Krakens. Okay. I got Air, Dragons, baby. What do you got now? Just breathing fire all over your Diamondbacks. They got nothing. Okay.
You follow me, camera guy?
Now 301. I got to go land. This is definitely cheating, but suck it. San Francisco Giants. I wanted a tank, like just to take the damage.
Right.
I mean, they're Giants. What are you going to do about that?
Well, if I knew all 3 of your selections, I probably would have scratched the Diamondbacks.
Right, I went team big. I'm normally short kings, but I went no short kings.
I went no short. Yeah, because you understand when it's about survival. Short is out.
I needed a tank. My dragons will fly around. I need a tank to take all the damage.
I'm gonna have to audible here.
Okay.
My last one is gonna be the Titans.
Fucking
Greek gods.
Damn.
This is my only hope.
That's a great counter to my Giants because I have some hours too.
Because this is my only hope, man. Originally,
shit, I wish I would have gone Titans. I gotta be honest.
I told you it was a last second audible. My original last pick was gonna be the football team, a roster of 53 football players.
All right, I love that. But I got Kraken, Dragons, Giants versus Dinos, Diamondbacks, Titans. So you're pretty land based.
Ooh, man.
I don't know how you're defeating any dragons. I gotta be honest. Maybe Titans. They can
lightning bolts.
If we're talking like Hercules the cartoon, there was the tornado guy and there was the lightning bolt guy. So that could be something.
Listen, I don't know who's going to win this fight, but the
It's gonna
only
be
thing I
entertaining.
know is we needed a celebrity death match episode of it. Let's get it on.
All right. You got any? All right. Sorry to mention one of my honorable mentions. You want me to go through my rest? Because I got a couple good ones.
Go for it.
So if you took Dragons, I was going to audible to the New York Jets.
That's a good one.
I was going to carpet bomb your ass.
Yeah, that's fair.
And same kind of Houston Rockets. But I thought, like, once you shoot them, they explode, and then, like, you're just down to team.
Just useless.
Right. So I was like, one time, is it a one-time fight, or is it like a true battle royale where you got to go through rounds? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought about Washington Wizards. Just casting spells on your ass.
Yeah.
Right? I already mentioned the Raptors. That would be dope, but they're kind of small. My last one is probably it was cheat code. If I felt like I needed like a Trump, I would have gone here. LA Angels. You can't hurt them.
Shit, you're right.
They're invincible. They're already dead. What are you going to do?
All right, I got one wild card only because I don't know the capabilities of this mascot. Right. And I'm diving into the NBA Development League.
Ooh.
To the Fort Wayne Mad Ants. I don't know what entails a mad ant.
How mad are they?
That's what I'm saying. A swarm of ants already could probably fuck some people up. So, like, depending on the level of mad.
Are they madder than, like, Skip Bayless when he doesn't get his turn in a debate? That's pretty fucking mad.
There's probably pretty level playing field there.
All right.
It's like if all the male ants were Skip Bayless and all the females were like Mega Karens.
I love it. So maybe we'll make that a poll, see if we get any traction with that. Or two matchups. Or if you got a better three, come at us.
Come at us, bro.
Come at me, bro. I gotta say, I like my team bigs. I think they're gonna be in good shape. All right.
Hold on. Team bigs. Shout out to NBA 2K11. Dennis and I made we each made our creative characters as big as people as you could possibly make. So like 7, 11 like or whatever bullshit.
Or yeah.
And 300
but then
pounds,
like 99
everything. And we just dominated. And then we're like, well, what's going to make this more fun? We need some more fun teammates. Who's going to be our teammates? I had the greatest idea.
You did.
All 3 of our teammates are going to be 1990s Eastern Conference All-Star Shaq. So
our shortest player was Shaq in '96, but he's fit and he's running around like Greek freak.
So shout out to the OG team big.
Oh my god, that's so true. That was so much fun. Oh my god. All right, that was a cooking time. Speaking of cooking and 7-footers, Joel Embiid.
Yes.
One, he's a troll god. Gotta love that. Should have won MVP. Go get you soft. But anyway, so Embiid likes to go out in the park and just play against just random guys, which is really cool. Right. And the clip starts. He's got the ball and he passes it, which is nice because the guy he's playing is like a foot shorter than him. He gets the ball back, and the guy's giving him his space. He's like, "You shoot it on me. That's fine. I'm trying not to get embarrassed." But he does.
Yeah.
Embiid palms the ball, goes off his forehead, gets it back, windmill dunk.
Okay, I got 2 things here. First one, like I didn't want any of that smoke. Embiid gave it all to him.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'd be like, I'm good.
Second of all, Embiid after bouncing off the head drives in. Lane gets closed up. He still windmill slams him home.
And like you could tell he's like trying not to go 100%. Like he's trying not to get hurt until he goes for the dunk. He's like, "Yo, fuck you." Get out the way.
This is fantastic. I love this content right here.
Oh my god. Embiid, great. So going from one of the tallest dudes to one of the littlest dudes, even I can call him little. He's like tiny compared to me. It's Tim Kirkchin, the most beloved figure in sports media.
I think it's got to be.
if you don't like Tim Kirchin, like psych ward, I don't trust you at all. Let's figure out what's going on with you. Right. He got honored with the Career Excellence Award from the Baseball Hall of Fame. So he got his award while David Ortiz, Big Papi, got inducted. And so I'm just so happy for Tim. He's just the most like generous and just like beloved and just a wholesome guy. And he's got like a Rolodex of baseball memory. You'd be like top 5 scoopers at first base, and he'll hit you with like legit right. the all-time list ever. You know what I mean? And he'll pull guys from like the 1940s, from 2005, from 1992. Like he doesn't give a shit. He's so good.
Like that was such the perfect analogy because it was such a random like baseball skill, but also like mega specific.
Mm-hmm. And like only the nerdiest of nerds would even have like a couple people. And he is like a legit top 5. Like, yep, that dude has like 8 Gold Gloves. That dude has like 7.
If there's anybody listening to this and you've never had the pleasure of a Dan Le Batard segment where they make Tim Kirchin like pee his pants laughing, you need to do it.
All they have to say is Adam Silver and he cries. Or if they say Andy Reid, he cries.
when they get that man laughing that hard, oh my God, it is too much.
And you know what's like low-key, just side tangent. So Tim Kirchin's like he's old now, so he can't really, but like back when he was doing his beat, like covering like the 90s Orioles and stuff like that, him and Cal Ripken became really good friends because he's like a legit pickup basketball player, even at like 4.5. He's like legit 5'4", but he's like a good basketball player. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Neither did I. But yeah,
isn't
that cool? I just love Tim Kirchin. Everything about
him.
He's
the best. Just is like
Kirk Gems.
Right. I'm sure there's like a little bit for us as like Baseball Tonight kids.
Nostalgia, yeah.
Right. But still, goddamn, what a guy. Now here's a guy.
He's not my favorite. It's Trey Lance. I like to call him One Play Trey.
One Play Trey.
Which isn't true, but it's just a really great troll and it rhymes. So yeah. I roll with it. One Play Trey, they've officially, everybody, they keep asking, like Shanny and then Lynch and everybody, like, is GQ officially done? Jimmy Garoppolo? They're like, yeah, we're done with Jimmy. It's officially Lance's team. We've told Jimmy. And, like, literally, GQ is doing, like, the passing drills, like, warm up to keep his arm, like, good. And then after that, he's, like, legit just leaving because he's just going to stand on the sidelines. Like, they're done with him.
I just got to say, I have a ton of respect for the 49ers to just be real enough with everybody in the room about the situation and also be cool enough with Jimmy to let him come in and make sure he's also not screwed in like his betterment of his career. Like mad respect all around for how this is being handled.
I agree. I think, and like Jimmy can't even be mad about how he got a big contract from them right away. He's gotten multiple shots. Even last year, they never flirted with Lance except when he was hurt. You know what I mean? They didn't even give him like packages and stuff like that. Like when they totally could have in like red zone, bring in Lance, have like a rushing attack. They didn't. It was Jimmy's team 100%, which I thought was stupid as fuck. But props to them for being respectful. I gotta give them.
Like Jimmy had him at the Super Bowl. He's had him in the playoffs. Like it's not like this dude's had his shot to take the team over the top. So
yeah, I'm a Debo and Ayuk fantasy manager, so I just hate GQ just because he's not good enough to feed them.
No, he's not.
He's booking. Speaking of booking, our Chicago Cubs. They're fighting with the Reds for last place, even after that abysmal start. And then this hurts
so bad,
so much because the Cubs have really, really struggled to become nerdy. Homegrown talent as pitchers, that it's been horrible. So they traded for Quintana from the White Sox a couple years ago. Eloy Jimenez was like the big guy. And then I'm sure the White Sox kept pushing, and the Cubs, gave in, and they included Dylan Cease, who was a young high school pitcher, flamethrower. there was shoulder stuff, right?
He was still the Cubs' top pitching prospect at the time of the trade.
But he was years away, and they just knew it wasn't ready. And it was a question mark, right? You didn't know. But he followed through on everything, and I know you and I were big on him because he was like our threat. Like this guy, if the stars align, could be him, and the stars have aligned. Dylan Cease is the only other MLB pitcher who has allowed only 3 earned runs in an 11-start span. The other guy to do it, Bob fucking Gibson.
So 3 runs total over 11 starts.
3 earned, yeah.
God damn.
Right. In like today's baseball, not 1968 baseball. And that was National League. This is American League. Everyone is DH, but you know what I mean, right? Like, it's insane what he's doing.
This is a fantasy football podcast, and we could talk about how poor the Cubs team management decisions have been since they won the World Series, but we're not trying to do that right now.
Right. I'm taking the mentality. We won 2016. We're the best team for like 4-year stretch. Embrace that, and I'm happy. It just sucks where we are now.
100% on board with every move that preceded the World Series win itself. From that moment on, they've fumbled like every single one.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Yeah. So Cubs, they're booking. Also booking anonymous GM quotes on Lamar.
No,
Did
Jesus
you see this?
Christ.
So Warren Short went hard on his ass. Love Warren Short.
Good.
Great follow. So the quote was, he's so unique as an athlete and he's a really good football player, but I don't give a shit if he wins the MVP 12 times. I don't think he'll ever be a 1 as a quarterback. He'll be a 1 as a football player, but not as a quarterback.
Racism.
So Sharp had a little bit of a thread. Lamar early down passing outside the numbers last year. Number 1, yards per attempt. Number 1, success rate. Number 1, EPA per attempt.
Those are good.
While averaging 9.4 air yards per attempt, 5th highest. While being blitzed 32% of attempts, 5th highest. Like if you're still on board of saying Lamar is a running back, like you haven't been watching him the last 5 years because he's not. He's a legitimate
improved.
Star, right? He's a good player, and like people love to hate on Hollywood. That was his number 1 wide receiver. You know what I mean? Like he's never had like a Mahomes type receiving core or a Josh Allen type receiving core or a Justin Herbert type receiving core. Like, I mean, Watson had Nuke and Fuller, you know,
right?
Or Cooks and Fuller. Like I just feel like you're telling on yourself if you're still saying Lamar sucks. Like it is what it is.
Brady has 4 or 5 MVPs?
At least something like that. I don't even know.
Regardless, you're gonna say I don't care if Lamar doubles up Brady's career.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. You're goddamn racist.
You probably believe in like QB wins as the stat, you bitch.
You probably still think that you have to be 6.5 feet tall to be a quarterback, like,
and white.
They're
just better leaders if they're white,
dude. I'm just saying, like, good old Southern Georgia boy with bleach blonde surfer hair,
right?
6.5 feet tall white boy. We kind of already talked about how great he is. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, let's move on because Lamar. We love Lamar. We've always been a Lamar podcast. He's a friend of the pod, even if he doesn't know it. Last booking is Kyler Murray, and it's nothing wrong with him. There's like a media, like, I don't want to say vendetta because that sounds like it's like a witch hunt, but it honestly seems like a witch hunt to like go after him. I think you're right. Like they're really, really, really going after him, and like it's like daily. I don't know if they just all the content. Time.
It's like since he's come.
What has he done? He said that like I don't want to be blamed for losses. I don't feel like I'm the part of the loss, and then he wiped Arizona Cardinals from his Instagram. Like who gives a flying fuck? He showed up for everything. He's played through injuries the last 2 years. Like, why is he getting so much hate?
Okay, I'm
He's
gonna
short.
take it.
That's it.
I'm gonna take a really galaxy brain
Okay,
approach
I
to
want to hear it.
this contract thing. As someone who suffers mental health, depression, but mainly like real bad ADHD, if you have the self awareness to say, stick it in my contract that I have to do this, what's wrong with that?
Mm-hmm.
If he knows, like for me at work, let's just say, I know I do better if my boss sticks me with deadlines and like gets on my ass and like he gets on me and he holds me accountable to that stuff, because if he doesn't, I'm gonna let it slack
Mm-hmm.
because that's just who I am. And so like there's some self accountability and self awareness to be had that maybe Kyler is like, I go home and I can't get myself to do that. I want to do whatever. Maybe he does have the self awareness to say, "Hey, I'm gonna put in my contract because I want to be better at football, and if I put it in my contract, then I got to do it to be better." You know what I mean? Like, there's so much psychology behind things. We don't know what the fuck that came from, so I don't know.
And so I have a couple thoughts. So he does have a quote saying basically like, I see the game differently and better than other people, and maybe that's super cocky, but that's how he feels. He feels like I don't need to spend a billion hours. He didn't say this, but he's like I see the game very well, and I study tape. I don't feel the need to spend 20 hours watching tape a week.
Right.
Now, that said, we don't know his study habits. Like maybe he's saying, I'm doing this independent study. I want to get rewarded for that. Like Arizona is a
Right.
notoriously cheap owner. And maybe he's saying, like, if I'm going to be doing this work, I want to get paid for it, which I 100% as like a teacher agree, because so much gets shoved on my plate and I get zero compensation for that added on. I'm guessing
Totally
in your
agree.
line of work, everything that you're doing, you want to be compensated for. I would too, especially if I know I'm one of the best, 12 people on the planet that can do this job.
Right.
And it's like one of the most valuable jobs in the world. So I
That's
just
also
feel
another angle. This is what I'm saying about like the whole psychology behind thing. Like, who are we to sit here and pinpoint exactly why that happened? Because you and I, also very like-minded in a ton of ways, came up with
mhm.
two completely and opposite ends of spectrums reasons why this could have become a story. You know what I
And
mean?
plus, like, it was clearly leaked by Arizona organization, because
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine Kyler. But even like Arizona's like they're leaking that out. Like, what is their motivation to make him look bad? Well, then you also just gave him $250 million. So, like,
It
what does
was
that
a re-
say about you? Like, like that makes you look like a fucking idiot. If you're like, I mandate that you watch 4 hours with no distractions at all per day, independent study. Well, if you're so concerned that he's not going to spend time, be ready for game day, why are you giving him
Who's
$250 million?
the real idiot then?
Right. Like you're just trying to lowball this dude because that's what you do. And I get it. Like it's like a trade. Like you want to give up as little as you can to get back what you want. But like you're also, it's like a self own, not a cell phone,
Right.
a self own.
I see what you did there.
That's a thread on a part of my take, by the way. But yeah, it's weird, man. People are really going after him, and I get the memes. It's funny. It's funny to call him short. I've heard of all the short jokes, so it's fine. But it's just like I just don't get how you can not think he's like a really, really, really good player, because all he's done is just ball out since day one. And if you want to call
Right.
out his record, look at the Arizona record before he got there. That's all I gotta say.
Right. And if you want to
They
call it
like
his record, that means you still think QB win stats are like all tell all be all.
telling on yourself, bro.
Yeah,
Because
right.
like Trent Dilfer had a winning record. I'm pretty sure as a quarterback. Like you can have Trent Dilfer. I'll take Kyler. We'll see who ends up,
Right.
being in good shape. All right, so that's booking. Our last one, Guan of the week. Both of us made some money on this dude. He is one of the most entertaining MMA fighters in the game right now. He's from Liverpool. Got a great accent,
Hell
goofy
yeah.
ass haircut, so good. It's it's Patty the Batty.
Patty the Batty. Like, I don't know shit about MMA.
You don't.
I don't know shit. Like, that's a very factual statement. But what I do know is who Patty the Batty is and what he's about because of Twitter. And here's me
about
Saturday, and I realized that there's like MMA on because it was in in England
London.
or London? Okay. It was in England. So here we are getting MMA at 3-4 in the afternoon. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll watch this. Like, this is my biggest gripe. I don't know shit because I'm not watching MMA at midnight. Like, I go to bed at 10:30, even on a Saturday.
It's hard to stay up to like 1 a.m. for these primetime fights.
Right. Anyways, so I'm just chilling. I saw Patty's gonna fight, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm a bet on Patty because I know who he is. And I get to watch it. So boom.
And so you text me. I'm like, dude, this dude is the best. I was like, and even better. And I send you his clip of him saying he wanted to teabag this dude, Jordan Leavitt. I could be wrong saying your name. Sorry, bro. He was a good sport about being teabagged after he got
sure was.
Out. First round was pretty even. Some people said Leavitt. Some people said Patty. I thought Patty just because I thought he was actually doing more despite being controlled against the fence.
Which is hilarious because, like, I texted you. I'm like, man, this is going horribly for Patty because I don't know what I'm watching.
And even Patty said, like, that first round's not me. That's not who I am. So he hated what he was doing too. So maybe I was wrong. But anyway, second round, all Patty. He got him with a devastated knee when he tried to control him against the fence again. Got the elbow, and he had locked his arm below his leg, and so he was basically 2 arms versus 1. That's not going to work well with back control. And I'm not acting like I know MMA forever, but I do watch a lot because I'm a degenerate gambler. And he choked him out, and it was great. And I cashed with Molly Meatball, also getting a TKO with a devastating back elbow, and so that was great. That was that was plus 74 parlayed. It made me happy. Patty,
yeah, you nailed that one.
So good.
I got 2 things. Degenerate gambler. I just need to it just spurred a thought, so I need to get it out there. Super pumped for Premier League to come back next weekend because I love early morning sports because I'm an old man.
You are.
And so you get me because especially on the weekends.
That's
right. Me and my son and my wife, a lot of times at 9-10 in the morning on the weekend, we're probably just chilling, being kind of lazy. So hell yeah, give me some soccer to bet on.
Definitely.
So yeah, next weekend comes back.
Can't wait.
Number 2, Patty the Batty related. Trying to think. Oh, teabagging. I didn't know that was the plan until it happened, and all of a sudden I texted you. I was like, he fucking teabagged him. Let's go. And you were like, it was the whole plan. And that's when you sent it to me. I was so happy. It was amazing.
I know. What a legend to call his shot like that. That's Babe Ruth shit.
And right. And just to we're gonna go out on a serious note today. I fucking love him saying, if there's a stigma, if you gotta talk, just talk. I'd rather my mate cry on my shoulder than go to his funeral next week. And those are some of the hardest, truest words I've ever felt.
Especially as both of us had a very, very close friend commit suicide, and he was 100% that guy that would never admit that he was, upset or sad about anything. And it's just horrible because he was the life of the party. And it sounds cliche, but he literally was the coolest dude. And he opened up a whole new world for us as far as just having fun. And it's just 100%. Patty's right. Any guy, any girl, whatever. If you're going through something, find somebody to talk to because you have love. It's so don't feel alone because or any kind of way about it because it's so he said, I'd rather you cry on my shoulder than go to your fucking funeral because that's the worst thing in the world.
Those, and for him to say it so eloquently in that moment, post fight,
right, he's all the adrenaline,
What a
This is
badass.
his
I
time
love
to
him.
call. It's like usually MMA guys like call out like, oh, I want to fight this dude next, and like
Right. Like, bring it
self-promoting.
on, bitch. Like,
Right.
yeah.
He's like I'm devastated about my mate, and I just want anyone else that's going through something to know that like you got people that will back you up. You just got to let them know.
So like,
100%.
honest to God, it tells me there's 2 people watching right now. If it's you, DM us. I don't give a shit.
We love you.
Let's go. We love you. We love everybody, and we love